Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about Time and Project, a software which is used for time and expense tracking in projects, and I'm going to be showing you how easy it is to submit time. Now this is the main interface, and we're going to be submitting time by task. Now here you see the interface for submitting time for a week in the year. You could select the week. It will show you initially whichever week you're currently in. So I'm going to select project 1 for task 1. This task is billable and the location of the task. And I'm going to enter some hours here. Okay, I'm not going to work on Saturday. Submit the timesheet. And it's submitted. Another feature of this software is to add comments to each of the weeks. So we click on Show Comments, and you can see the comments for each day. So you could add a comment if you worked overtime or less, or any reason or anything that you wish to add with that day's hours. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is go back home and show you how easy it is to copy that timesheet. In the case that you had 1 week with those hours and you wish to reuse it, you could just select another week in the year. For example, it's next month, and you wish to submit the same hours that you did last month on a certain week. So as you can see here, this is that week, and I wish to copy it into another week and another month. So I'm going to click Submit. And the hours have been updated. Alright. The next thing I'm going to be talking about is how to submit expense by task. Now here we have our project, task, it is billable, and its location, and the hours, and the expenses for each day of that week. And you can click on Submit to submit this sheet for your week. The next thing I'm going to be showing you is how to copy that same expense column for that week into another week. As you can see, it's shown there because it's the current week, and we could copy it into another week. And it's been updated to another week. The next thing I'm going to be showing you is how the system generates reports. We're going to go to the reports interface, and we're going to view the project status report for one project. Now, the project that we're working on could be called New Project 1 or whatever you like, and we're going to see a status report between these dates. I'm going to say Load Report. And the system will generate a report and display it. As you can see, each task here is displayed. The blue bar indicates the size of the task, and the orange bar indicates how much progress has been made on that task. Here we can see the task description, and the comments for that task. Another important feature is issues. For each task there may be one or multiple issues which can be opened by the person concerned and closed when they're done. Alright, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is another report called Budget versus Actuals for hours and expenses. So you can see for all your projects, or for a certain project, the amount of expenses in hours versus your budgeted hours for that project. As you can see here in the graph, project 1 has been allocated this much time and has actually consumed this much time. And now we go to budget versus actuals for all projects, and the system allows us to see the budgeted amount for this project and the actual expenditure for this project in a graph form and a report form.